Hi Stampers! Happy Halloweeny! I wore my little spooky top knot today. Just for you guys. How's everybody doing? I've got a really cute little Christmas angel card to do today. So let me flip my camera or my phone here and we will get started. Okay, last day to use this October host code if you shop with me here on my website, and don't forget about that 15% off paper sale which ends tomorrow, so don't miss out on that if you are needing paper. It's on select packages. And let me, there we go. Okay. So I'm playing with a few different things today. Flight of Fancy, and I'm going to use that cute little angel there. And then I did a Halloween card with her, and then there's this cute Cupid that could be used for Valentine's Day. And then coming up on the 3rd of November, the curvy sets will be available. So there is this bundle with the quite curvy stamp set, and then these dies. So these cut out shapes that are in this stamp set, and then there's these cool borders. So I'm going to be using that one today. And then during the promotion for this, now this quite curvy bundle will be in the upcoming mini catalog. The Christmas items that go along with it won't be. So if you love this, make sure you get that coming up here really soon, because I think it's probably while supplies last. And there's paper that goes along with it. So there's Christmas paper, which I'm also going to use today. And I'm going to use that cute border with the trees and the bow and the little boughs here. And the Thinking of You at Christmas. So really fun set. Oh, and the little snowflake. So make sure you say hello when you come in, and I'd love to know where you're watching from today. So let me know where you are watching from. That would be fun. And I've got parts and pieces ready to go here. So I'm using crumb cake as my card base, and I have pre-stamped and cut out, because there were no dies for these pieces, 2 of the little pine bough and then that cute bow. I've also die cut a rectangle, and this is from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. So you'll find that there. I just think that's so cute with the scalloped edge there. And then this is the paper that I'm using from those new Christmas papers with the stars on it. So cute. And then I've got a piece for the inside of the card. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that aside, and we can get started on some stamping and coloring. So let me get that die. Let's see, I guess I'm not going to use that just yet. What I am going to do is stamp I've got that stamp mounted, and I'm gonna stamp it with Smoky Slate. I just didn't want black, so let me get this inked up here. And I see I've gotten it on the block. So I'll wipe that off because I don't want to accidentally get that on my paper. And I'm just going to stamp it along like that. There we go. So if you're watching this on YouTube, hello to you. And if you don't already subscribe to my channel, I would love it if you would like my video and subscribe to my channel. That would help me out greatly. And I would appreciate it. Okay, so I am going to color up these trees with the Garden Green Stampin' Write marker. And I'm just going to go along actually the bottoms of the branches because I kind of wanted it to look like there's snow on the trees. So by going along just the bottoms, it will leave the tops white like they are dusted in snow. Plus, it makes it really easy to color them up. So to those of you who are watching, do you make your own Christmas cards? I try to get it done every year. There's been a few times where I've ended up making Happy New Year's cards instead because I had so many other things I was trying to accomplish that it got so late that I didn't get cards done. So I'm trying to be proactive and do them ahead of time so that when, you know, Christmas is closer, I don't have to worry about it. But this year, I don't know if we'll even be doing the holidays, really, with everything going on. I'm just not sure, so. Okay. Then I'm going to color the trunks of the trees with soft suede. There we go. And then I am going to just take my light pool party, and this time I'm using a Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to go along that ground line there with this, because you know how snowdrifts are, and when you look at them, they have that icy blue color. There we go. So I'm going to do that. And now I can bring in that die. And as you can see here, it pretty much follows along the same shape as the trees. So I'm going to go with that. And this cuts just on the one side, and then the little dots cut out. So depending on where you want it to cut, that's how you can turn it, if that makes sense. So if you don't want the dots to show up, you would cut it with the cut part of the edge of the die closest to the trees. If you want the dots to be on there, you would turn it around and have the dots closer to the trees. I'm not really wanting the dots on it this time, so I'm going to turn it so the dots are above the cut line. I hope that made sense. And I'm just going to put a little piece of Post-it tape on there to hold it in place. And run it through my machine. Okay, so there you can see it cut out that shape and there's no dots. And like I said, if I would have wanted the dots, I would have flipped it around the other way. So there I have this piece still, which I can use on another project if I wanted for another snowdrift. So you can always keep that and have it at the ready. And I'm just going to brush all the little dots out of my die there real quick, because I want to use this again. And I'm going to create another snowdrift here. I've got another piece cut to the same width, and these are cut to 5.5 by 4. And let's see. I want to make another snowdrift. This time I want the dots. So I'm going to make sure that my cut line is on the top. And that way the dots will still be there. So I think I'll do it right about there. So there we go. And then there's that piece left over, which I don't think I will keep that one. Okay, so I'm going to take, I've got a piece of sponge here, and I'm going to take Pool Party, which is the same color as what I ran along there. And I'm just going to edge this piece up a little bit, just to give it a little definition. So it doesn't fade away when I have it up against that other piece of white. Doesn't need much, just a little bit. And then I think I'm just going to use some wet glue here to attach that to the other piece. And line it up there. Okay. And I'll let that dry a little bit and bring this back in. I love the stars there, and that's what is on the other side, but I just think that is so cute. And I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back here. Now I have cut this. It is 5 1/4 long, and I think it's about, let me measure it real quick. You just don't want there to be a gap where you're going to create your snow hill. It's 3 inches wide. And I'm just going to leave that little bit of a border so that it's even on the top and both sides as best as I can without measuring. That looks pretty good. And then we'll come in and put this piece and then you want to create that same border on the bottom and carefully line it up with the edges so that your sides match up. So there we go. So there is the base of our card. And I will just set that aside while we work on the cute little angel. So here I have another piece of Whisper White. And I'm going to use the cute little angel from that stamp set, the Flight of Fancy. And this one's a rubber stamp set. The curvy stamp set is the photopolymer. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp her in black. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black. Make sure it's good and inked up. Looks pretty good. And I'm going to be die cutting this out. So that's why I stamped her right in the middle. So I've got room all around there to die cut that. There we go. So cute. Oopsie. Can you believe October is almost over? I can't. I'm always thinking it's still that summer just got over. Okay, so now I'm going to start by coloring her skin. And I've got light petal pink and dark petal pink that I'm going to color her skin with. And I will come back in and give her some rosy cheeks too, because she's flying over a snowy area, so it's probably pretty cold. I'm sure she would have some rosy cheeks. Now this is the dark petal pink, and I'm just going to do a little bit of blending here, not a lot, just to give her some roundness to her face. And then I've also got light flirty flamingo, and that's what I'm going to do the pink cheeks with. So cute. Maybe a little bit on her chin. There we go. And then I'll come back with the light. That's the dark. Here is the light. And blend this. There we go. All right, now her hair. I've got light and dark So Saffron. She's going to be a little blondie. You don't want to forget that little bit sticking out there. I think this is a pretty good color for blonde hair. We've got a little couple of pieces over here. And then I'm going to take the dark So Saffron, and we will just define that a little bit. Give it some shadows here and there. There we go. Cute. Okay. Now then, I've got light balmy blue, and I'm going to color her little dress here. This is a great color for if you like to do blues and lavenders and things, those kind of colors as non-traditional colors at Christmas time. This balmy blue, it's just a good blue overall. I love it. It's one of my favorite Stampin' Up colors, but it's great for the wintry Christmas things. And then I've got light purple posy, and I'm going to add some fun to her dress here. This color to me is almost in between pink and lavender. It's really a pretty color. So there we go with that. And then I'm going to take my light pool party and just kind of do a shadow here on her wing around her hair. And then I will add some Wink of Stella to that. All right, I think we're good with her. And now the little buildings. So I'm going to go ahead and color them with, this is the light crumb cake. Nothing fancy, we're just going to color these all the same. All right. And then I'm going to come in with light soft suede for the rooftops. But I also want the rooftops to have snow. So we're just going to color the bottom bits of the roof. The roof. And I think I'll just add a little bit of this to the doorways. And then to define that even a little bit more with the snow, I'm going to come in with the Stampin' chalk marker and add that. And it will just give it that extra bit of snowy look. There we go. And then for the snowflakes, I'm going to come over the tops of those with the light pool party. And I'm going to use the bullet tip here. Now, don't let me forget to go back over her wing and stuff with the Wink of Stella. And I will do that on the snowflakes too. But I want to wait till after I cut that out. So I've got, I showed you in the beginning that I cut this piece out with one of the dies from the Stitch So Sweetly, and then I'm going to cut her out with the smaller one here. Okay, I think I like that. Hi Donna, thanks for joining me. I've been lonely. I'm glad you're catching me too. I thought, gee, I hope I'm actually live because usually I'm not all by myself here. I was starting to wonder if I was actually really live, but the little red button was on there, so I figured I was. Okay, so there she is. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue her onto this base piece here. And I will wait to do the Wink of Stella at the end. I just think she's so cute, and I love these colors together. Okay, there we go. Now, I'll bring the card back in, and I'm going to pop that up. You thought it was Thursday? I know, I get my days mixed up too. Okay. So now I just kind of want it to be in the middle here, best as I can, and straight. Let me see before I push it down if I think that looks pretty good actually. Okay, now before I do any more decorating on the outside here, I think I'll bring the inside in and go ahead and get that stamped. Okay, so I have put the Thinking of You at Christmas on my block, and I'm going to use the Garden Green. No, actually, I'm not. I'm going to use Crumb Cake so that it matches with the card base. I like the curvy bundle too. It's fun. You might be able to get it later. Well, not the Christmas one if you don't get that, but the regular curvy bundle will be in that mini catalog, so it'll be around for a while. Okay, so I'm just going to get that stamped. Thinking of You at Christmas. And then Pool Party. I want to put some little snowflakes around it. Too cute. There we go. Makes it festive. Okay, now to decorate this up some more. So I pre-cut out 2 of the little pine boughs and the bow, and those are all from the Curvy Christmas set. And I'm just going to snip a little bit. I'm going to snip off right about here. And then just going to put a bit of glue on here. And then I'm going to snip about the same amount off on this one. cover her up. I think I need to add a little more glue on it here. This one's not going to curve down like the other one because it's the same branch, so it's going to curve up. Cute. And I will put just a little more glue on this side. And then I need some dimensionals because we're going to pop up this bow. And I colored it with the light and dark purple posy. I am going to go to the virtual on stage. Are you going to do it, Donna? It's coming up really quickly. Won't be the same not being able to have your friends in the room, but it'll still be fun. I've done some virtual events before, and they're still fun. And they're going to be giving away prizes still, so that's cool. I wasn't sure if that kind of stuff would happen, but okay, I don't think that looks in the middle. There, that's better. Okay, I'm going to put some snowflakes and some Winka Stella on here. I want to do her wing first so I don't forget it. So we're going to just make that shimmer. And then the snowflakes. And I realize you guys can't see it. It doesn't even look like I'm doing anything. But in person, you can see the shimmer. Excuse me. And I'll put just a little bit along here. And on the bow. Okay. Yeah, I know. You guys have had a lot going on, Donna, so I totally understand. Okay, so I've got these snowflakes. They are the adhesive back snowflakes, and there's actually kind of a couple of colors. These ones have more kind of blue-green in them, and then these have more kind of yellow-pink. They're very iridescent. And I'm just going to pop a few of them on here and there amongst the other snowflakes there. There we go. And I think, you guys, that we are finished. So here we go. Thinking of you at Christmas. I think she turned out pretty cute. Thank you, Donna. And there's the first one I made. very similar. I thought about this afterwards, so I went over it with a marker because I really couldn't take my sponge back over it. So that's why this time I made sure I did that one with the sponge ahead of time. But it's actually a pretty darn quick card to put together. So if you wanted to make multiples, it wouldn't be that hard to do. So 2 more Christmas cards down for me. I like it. And I hope you all have a great weekend and a fun Halloween if you partake in that. And I'll be back on Tuesday at some point during the day for Pop on Tuesday. In the meantime, happy stamping. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye.